Welcome to Echoes of Enlightenment, where we talk about spirituality, life lessons, and overall self-development. In today's episode, we'll be talking about self-treatment and how it affects our interactions with others. I thought this would be a good topic to talk about today, about self-treatment, how we treat ourselves. And what sparked this topic was I witnessed this road rage incident today when I was about to walk into a store. And this lady was right there and she witnessed it too. And then we were walking, after the whole little incident was over, it wasn't bad. It was just, two people yelling at each other for a second. As we were walking in, she goes, people should treat each other like they want to be treated and this world will be a better place. When I was leaving, I'm driving off and that was replaying in my head. And I was like, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Because what I've realized is people treat other people up to the level of how they treat themselves. And if that person happens to treat themselves poorly with a lot of negative self-talk and low confidence within themselves, that person wouldn't even realize when somebody was treating them better than how they treat themselves. They would think it was a lie. Oh, look at this person faking it, because they don't even believe it themselves. Because if they believed that somebody was actually treating them kindly, then they would reciprocate that too. Because they know what it takes. They know that level. That's a level that you believe in yourself. But if you don't believe when somebody's telling you something kind or being kind to you, if you don't even believe that in yourself, then why would you react to it as a serious statement? So what I've realized is most people won't let you treat them worse than they treat themselves, but it's also hard for them to believe that someone's being genuine when they're treating them better than they treat themselves. So the level of when people act out is really how they treat themselves. If it's a lot of low self-esteem and low negative self-talk and you don't think very highly of yourself, that's pretty much what you're gonna put out. That's authentic because that's what you believe within yourself. If you're putting on an act and acting like you like somebody more than they truly do, then it seems fake. And then that's almost an instant turnoff to the person. Because you can only truly treat people at a genuine level at the level that you treat yourself. So a lot of negative relationships and friendships, they can maintain a toxic level based on how the people treat themselves or how someone thinks of themselves. If you have low self-esteem or you have a lot of negative, you don't think highly of yourself, you will let somebody treat you at that level because that's the level that you believe that you're at. And the times people would normally stand up for themselves is if you treat them worse than they treat themselves. That's when people will fire back and defend themselves because it's like, you're not going to treat me worse than I treat myself. Because most people will tolerate bad treatment towards them as long as they think they're at that level of deserving that, if this is making sense. But if you treat them lower or worse than they treat themselves, then they can recognize that. They'll recognize that like, hey, nah, I don't even do that to myself. I don't even treat myself like that. So then that's usually when things have gone too far. Now, if somebody tries to treat somebody better than they treat themselves, then you recognize that too. Because you almost think that person is trying to boost your ego. Like you would think that they're trying to manipulate you. because you don't even believe that you're as good as this person's trying to make you. So you're not going to take that person serious. You're like, yeah, they're an ass kisser. They're just trying to kiss my ass, because they know that they don't believe that they're that good. So the only way to recognize positive feedback or a positive type relationships is to go inside and work on your self-esteem. You got to heal from different situations. You got to show yourself self-love, because once you begin to show yourself self-love, your personal value begins to rise. And then you won't let anybody treat you any worse than you treat yourself. But then it won't even be worse, because now you have confidence, you have that self-love, that value. So you would recognize instantly, because the threshold has moved. If somebody tries some of that toxic stuff before you are healed, if they try that same stuff, you'll be out the door, because you don't treat yourself like that anymore. You don't see yourself like that anymore. And then if somebody does give you a high value compliment, you would say thank you, and you would respond in a genuine way, because you actually believe that that's true, because that's the value you hold for yourself. And then you would be able to treat people a lot better, because you know what it takes to give out those compliments in an authentic way. So now you can actually treat people like you want to be treated, because it's believable now, because you treat yourself at a high value with quality now. So you know what it's like to treat somebody else like that. That's your new standard. So for that lady's statement, people need to treat people how they want to be treated. That only works if the two people have done the healing to become the best versions of themselves. But I'm in this right here. Till next time.